23, a sophomore from Wichita.
Good morning from Joplin, Missouri, as we figure out who takes the 5th place spot in this year's NCCAA Division II Women's Basketball Championships. And two teams with plenty of storylines coming in. We'll get to those as we get going, as Barclay College takes on Maranatha Baptist. Good morning, everyone, and welcome aboard the broadcast. I'm Kyle Rush. Glad to have you with us as we look through the starting lineups and some of the key contributors that'll take us through this one. Kaylee Mannering, you see number 0 for Barclay. She was sensational a day ago. She was 10 of 20 from the field, a game-high 22 points. But perhaps the comeback story was Darian Carr, who was 0 of 8 from the field in their first game, bounced back nicely, 6 of 12 from beyond the arc on her way to 20 points in their win yesterday. As for the SaberCats from Maranatha Baptist, yesterday it was the Callie Morrison show, and she scored more than anybody in this tournament in any one game. She leads the tournament in scoring, averaging 22.5 a game, had 34 in the win against Ozark, and they needed every last one of them. Emily Johnson, a key contributor from downtown in that one as well. So we're about to get the jump. It'll be the Bears in red and the SaberCats in white, as we're about ready for basketball on a championship Saturday for the NCCAA Championships. Simpson and the SaberCats with the first touch. Morrison thought about the early trigger. Simpson's been solid in this tournament, especially on the offensive glass. We'll keep an eye on that as Emily Johnson goes streaking right to the 10. As the Bears now with their first possession of the day, led by Scott Post in his first season. And yesterday was a historical day for the program as they got to the 16-win plateau. They had never won more than 15 in a season. It's a school record for wins. First time that the Bears have ever been to this event. And the first time they've won their conference tournament. A lot of firsts. And Scott Post's first year at the helm. And a team with a lot of youth. 3 freshmen and a sophomore in the starting lineups. Just one senior on the roster as Jackson splits a pair. Nearly a turnover. Backdoor cut. There's Morrison, who couldn't finish inside. Mannering clears it away, and here come the Bears. Jackson looks to feed into the corner. They were ready for it. Carl fire away. Missed everything, and Simpson's there for the rebound. Well, the ricochet of the backboard, and now they'll dig back in defensively as they pass around the perimeter. That backdoor cut to Johnson. They've worked it twice, once to Johnson, once to Morrison here. Simpson takes it herself but can't finish. Mannering ripped it away from her. And here come the Bears again. As Jackson drifts to the wing. Now, room to operate. She can't finish as she went all the way to the rim. As the defense sort of abated there for a moment. SaberCats lucky to get away without giving up the deuce. Loose ball. Jackson got it back. Making amends was Jackson that time. Drive kick passed over the head of Mannering. Emery Williams is fired, and Scott Post on the sideline telling his club to settle down. While he's in his first year, a different story on the side of the SaberCats. Clayton Morrison in his 28th season at the helm of the SaberCat program. Team that had made the semifinals 2 consecutive years before falling in the opening round this year in a nip and tuck game with Grace Christian, who you'll see in the 3rd place game later today. As Manning picks up the foul, that's her first. Free throw good. So Morrison gets the +1. It's a quick 5-1 start for the SaberCats. Looking inside, they dump it in there. Backing her way down. Now they kick it to the perimeter. Good defense. But a trailer three from Jackson, no. Rebound falls at the feet of Carr. Still loose. Mannering has it. Somehow scooped it up. Excellent hustle. Carr, the triple. Pays it off for three. You see the hustle and just pure 1-2 from both these teams there. Laying it all on the line. This will be their last game of the year. How about that backdoor cut? And she traveled. Did Caitlin Morrison. Thought she might be getting another foul call. Instead, it'll go the other way. Try to feed inside. Simpson had none of it. There was nowhere to hide as she knocked it away. Now streaking end to end. Simpson had it stripped by Jackson. And it'll reset the offense. The backdoor cuts have been fruitful so far. Now in the middle of the zone. Morrison. Nowhere to go. Jackson there defensively. Now around the screen. They couldn't get over the top of it, but Emily Johnson couldn't make them pay. Now Carr. Feeds to Simpson, now back to Carr. Another triple. She's got another one. She was 0 for 8 in day one. That seems like a distant memory. As she cans another triple. And a brief stoppage here. As I think they wanted to 10. They're giving Johnson a minute. She looks like got poked in the eye on that last trip. So Caitlin Schultz will check in. But we mentioned the bounce back from Darian Carr, a freshman from Tulsa, Oklahoma. She kept shooting it yesterday despite the struggles, or 2 days ago. Knowing that her shot would come, boy, has it ever. She was the first one out today for the Bears in warm-ups, taking jump shots, and you got to think the experience this tournament will provide these youngsters. As Scales was fouled inside. Mentioned a team that's never been on this stage before. You combine that with only 2 upperclassmen on the roster. We've got a lot of growing pains, but we've seen them grow up here in this tournament. The Scales connects on the first. The foul was on Hansel. It's been quite the story here in these NCCAA championships. And they only have a 2-point lead. As Morrison and the SaberCats go back to work. And you'll see constant motion, cutting is Simpson. And it was a good cut, but the pass outside was deflected. They tried to find Morrison in the corner. SaberCats averaged just over 60 a game in the regular season. They've been a little above that here in this tournament at 64.5. Simpson's been a big reason why as she feeds inside. That and Morrison. Nice cut there. This time it was read beautifully defensively. Loose ball comes away with it to the Bears. Ahead to Jackson, who got under the rim and had to tiptoe the sideline. Swing it back out. The trailer for 3. Emery Williams got the deflection, then she got the triple. Another freshman out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. And they're off to a 5-point lead after trailing 5-1. Morrison to answer. Hansel, no. Another follow all by herself. No one marked her inside. She couldn't finish. And the SaberCats will get a 4th shot attempt here as Morrison can't catch that one in. And then a foul will go against Callie Morrison. It'll be her first.
Foul on number 3, Callie Morrison. Her first, team third.
So you can't blame them for lack of effort and lack of opportunities. They had plenty. Couldn't cash it in. Jackson around a screen. Gives Mannering for 3 more. Yes. It's a team that likes to shoot the 3 ball. They came in a school record 619 attempts. Only one team in this tournament had more attempts. That was their first round opponent, Pensacola. But after shooting just 4% from downtown in their first game, they have certainly heated up the last 2. Simpson off the window. No, Callie Morrison the rebound. Nice feed inside. Floater's too strong. Another chance on the glass. Hansel, Simpson left alone out there, and now she tried to drive it in. Offensive rebounds telling the story. Several in this possession, and now a foul. I believe that's going to go on Jackson. And she can't believe it.
Oh, calling number 23, Jackson. Her first, team second.
That's her first, team second. But it was 12-1. It's been a 14-6 run. Or 5-1, beg your pardon. It's been a 14-2 run as a foul on the way in, and free throws will be coming. This one will be on Williams.
Foul, color number 12, Williams. Her first, team third.
And it'll send the tournament's leading scorer to the free throw line, and Callie Morrison. We'll have to think when the day is done, she'll hear her name on all tournament team, although the 34 points yesterday, she certainly shined, but it was a bit of a struggle for her in day one. Just 3 of 13 from the field, 11 points. But she bounced back in a big-time way yesterday, and obviously, caliber player, second-team All-American is Morrison. Announced by the NCCAA earlier, and the pass airmailed into the second row of the bleachers. Approaching 3 minutes left in this first quarter. Morrison created space and delivered the nylon song. And Morrison all of a sudden with 5 straight points. And they're right on the cusp again, down 5. Oh, what a move. Couldn't finish, partially blocked was Williams inside. Here come the SaberCats again. Morrison, full head of steam. Denied going inside. Mannering was there defensively. Carr, Mannering thought about the 3, now drives right down Main Street. And the Keene just forgot to unlock the door that time as she couldn't finish. Opportunity is certainly there though. Morrison for 3 more, not this time. Rattle around and out and away with it comes Scales. No one stops her mid-range jumper, but she misfired. A reminder, the NCCAA network powered by SCORE International. SCORE specializes in short-term mission trips. Pair your passion with the opportunity to share the gospel internationally and domestically by joining SCORE on a short-term mission trip. Visit scoreintl.org/NCCAA to find out more. SaberCats have cut it to 3. Bears have gone over 2 minutes without a bucket. Carr trying to change that. Misfires here too strong. She's already connected twice from long range, but then there Morrison weaves inside. She's got 2 more. How quickly the points can come for Callie Morrison. She's got 5 in the quarter. Nice move inside off the window. And a lid on the basket, so to speak, for the Bears as the foul whistled inside. And
Number 13, Robertson.
it's Kaya Robertson who just checked in. It's a 14 foul. So she wanted an explanation from the officials. Had a conversation walking up the floor. Under a minute to go, first quarter. Drive inside, all kinds of room to operate. Hansel is hammered as Mannering hung on for dear life. I believe that's her second. It is, and team fifth. So to the free throw line they go. We had a 15-7 lead, and that's all but evaporated here. As Beyonce Anderson checks into the game. Hansel's at the free throw line. On the year, 73%, as she misfired on the first. She can still tie it with the second. Second perfect. Level at 15. 8-0 run for the SaberCats to level the score. Lob comes inside. Tough turnaround hook. No. And a foul is going to be called on Anderson. And they're over the limit, so it'll be free throws for the SaberCats.
Foul, color number 25, Anderson, her first.
And they didn't realize it at first. Now they got to pinpoint the shooter. It'll be Emily Johnson. SaberCats more than okay with that, as she's 81% from the line. Made some key free throws yesterday. It helped seal the game against Ozark. First is good. And for the first time since early in the quarter, it's the SaberCats with the lead. They also got the offensive rebound. They can hold for one. Doesn't appear they have intention on doing so. They go right to work. Shot off the glass, won't fall. Now off and running. 10 seconds remain. Carr wants the triple. Now will drive inside. Still time. With 5, she feeds inside off the window. That won't go. Anderson's follow won't go. And that's how the half will end. The SaberCat defense grits its teeth and holds Barclay scoreless the last 4 minutes of the quarter. As a result, their offense has come alive too, and it's the SaberCats with a 1-point lead after one. So the Barclay Bears had a 15-7 lead, but have since seen it evaporate as they went scoreless the last 4 minutes and change of that quarter. Sparked a 9-0 run for the SaberCats. And after a hot start from the field, they're down just 4 of 15 at 26%. Fed inside. Power move, trying to get the offense going. No offensive rebound. Carr, the triple. That's too strong. Loose on the floor again, and all kinds of bodies hit the deck. Arrow to the SaberCats. No,
Maranatha gets possession after the jump.
Well, yeah, there we go. Don't blame the Bears. They were trying to take possession, but Clayton Morrison wasn't going to let it happen. I had a laugh with the official as he pointed the SaberCats direction, but then said red, which is the jersey of the Bears. So naturally, you had two people trying to inbound the pass, neither on the same team. Rocket pass inside. Morrison unable to find the iron, and it goes out of bounds back to the Bears. So despite not scoring in 4.5 minutes, the defense has held enough to where they're just down 1. The Bears need to get the offense going again, though. Carr inside, floater in the lane, doesn't take many twos. And that one a little too strong, and a foul. They're going to call the charge on Carr.
Foul, called to number 1, Carr, her first.
That'll be her first. Thought they might get Anderson for over the back. That may be a benefit, though, as that would have been Anderson's second. Instead, it's the first on Carr. And the turnover has the SaberCats looking to add to a 1-point lead. Hansel misfires on the short corner. Lead pass. They didn't think to fire the mid-range jumper. It was there if they wanted it. As Williams turned it down, then tried to feed it inside to Castro. They've tried to go there a lot here in this game. Castro had a good game yesterday, 6 of 10 from the free throw line. With 10 points, as she drew a bunch of contact. Inside, was able to take advantage. Here, short corner jumper is short. And a tie-up. Excellent job by Emery Williams, who came on the backside and forced the tie-up, and now they'll get an inbounds play. Still just trailing by 1. As a scoreless drought's gone for over 5 minutes. They're just one of their last 12 are the Bears. That's after starting 3 of 6 from the field. They're now 4 of 18. 4 of 8 from range. Carr's attempted 5 of those threes. Drive kick, Castro a little further out this time. No, but she's fouled. And it was Sarah Rogers who got underneath the shooter, and after the whistle sort of looked back at the scene of the crime. And then we'll trot to the bench. Sort of had that look like, no. Well, they say it was on the floor, not on the shot, so that's interesting. Well, they play on nonetheless. Castro wanted it right away. They didn't get to her. Instead, Anderson had it knocked away. SaberCats create the turnover. Excellent defense from Maranatha Baptist that time. Morrison, spin move inside. Access denied by Castro, and she's called for the foul. I don't think it was on the initial swat. It was probably the follow-through. Actually, they're going to call Anderson for the foul. That'll be her second. Either way, Castro on the side of the sideline cannot believe it. And it sends Morrison to the free throw line, where she split a pair today. Two minutes gone by, second quarter. And now both teams have found a little bit of rut offensively. It's been over 2 minutes since the SaberCats have tallied a point. They do now. But despite being one of their last 5 from the floor, they've increased the lead to 2 on a 10-0 run. Going back to the end of the first quarter. Jackson's step back, won't fall. Here comes Morrison again. The Bears just 1 of their last 14. Simpson, 3-ball. Off the front iron, long rebound. It's Caitlin Morrison who tracks it down. Short corner the other way. Callie Royals at home. Callie Morrison, 8 points on 3 of 9. That leads all scores, and her team ahead by 4. Jackson inside, misfired. Looked like she got poked in the eye. They play on. Callie Morrison on the break. 5 on 4, feet inside. It's a turnover. And Jackson immediately goes to the bench as Anderson will come back in, but with 2 fouls. Only 8 players available to Scott Post, so that could be a big blow. And keep in mind, Anderson with a pair of fouls, and now Jackson, their third-team All-American, shaken up a little bit. And despite how tough things have been offensively for the Bears, they're just down 4. Tough jumper, missed everything, and Callie Morrison able to track it down. They'll look to try to extend it. It's a 12-0 run going back to the end of the first quarter. Good ball movement here. Simpson inside. Morrison back to work, too strong. Follow is good. Hansel was there for the putback. It's another offensive rebound. The 10th offensive rebound in the game. It's led to 6 second chance points. That's the lead for the SaberCats. Feed inside. Worked her way right to the 10, but couldn't finish. Was Scales, the lone senior on the roster out of Wichita, Kansas. And good to see Jackson able to come back in. And see if she'll get it going offensively. Just 4 of 23 from the field after starting. And 3 of 6. Make it 4 of 24. As that one went careening off the front iron. Morrison, constant movement without the basketball. It leads to a deuce plus the foul. Picking up right where she left off a day ago.
Basket's good on the foul called against number 20, Castro.
No calling on Castro as you take another look. Off the curl, you saw the screen set beautifully by Caitlin Morrison, and Callie did the rest. The foul's on Castro. And she makes good on the three-point play. It was a 15-7 lead for the Bears. They haven't scored since. It's 24-15. They find themselves trailing by 9. Going and approaching 9 minutes without a point. Inside, Castro. That'll end that run. There's a 17-0 spurt as Castro gets them back on the board to cut it back to 7. Drive nearly turned it over. 10 to shoot. Into Morrison's hands. She goes baseline. Misfired that time. Good defense by Castro. They like to call wall defense. Hands straight in the air and cut off the angle. Robertson no look inside. And Scales was denied. Excellent save, Caitlin Morrison. And Maranatha Baptist on the march again. Morrison, an open look, got the kind bounce. She's got 13 points. The Bears, meanwhile, as a team, have 17. Entry inside, Castro. Chooses not to work on Simpson. They'll work it back around. Around a screen, through traffic, and draws the foul. As Emery Williams took matters into her own hands. Not a lot of movement offensively. But here's Scott Post, Roman's Post at the head coach position, saying you gotta move. But Emery Williams finds a way to get to the free throw line. It's the first foul on Caitlin Morrison. As first is strong. Williams just a 54% free throw shooter on the year. And just about on cue, curls that one in. It's an 8-point game. Caitlin Morrison got behind everybody, cut off. Morrison, the trailer, no. Rebound taken away from Simpson. Lead pass, back at it again, and scoring again. Emery Williams, the last 3 for the Bears. It's got them back within 6. Baseline, lead for Simpson. Missed everything. Offensive rebound, though, was knocked around, and Hansel will get the try from the opposite short corner. And Carr finally reels it in. Couple really good looks from the short corner against the zone. Neither fell. Carr dips Castro. Back iron, couldn't finish. Inside. Nice spin move from Williams, but unable to finish. That would have cut it to 4. Instead, Callie Morrison back to work as we wind under 3 to go in the half. Drive, kick. Callie Morrison, floater, baseline, no. Another offensive rebound. That has been an area where the SaberCats have dominated so far. Drive, kick, mid-range. The sophomore from Amberg, Wisconsin, Kaylin Morrison delivers the deuce, and the lead back to 8. 12 offensive rebounds, now with 8 second chance points. Double comes inside, pass deflected. Well timed by Callie Morrison there. She can do it on the defensive end as well. Now they can stretch the lead to double figures with a bucket this trip down. And they do in emphatic style. It's Callie Morrison for 3. She's got 16 first half points. And time is called from Scott Post, who saw his team get off to a great start shooting the basketball. It has been quite the opposite since then. They started 3 for 6. And since then, just 3 for their next 22. Just 21% from the field. SaberCats shooting at 34%. They've gotten to the free throw line. And offensive rebounds makes that percentage seem higher for Maranatha Baptist. As they have 12 offensive rebounds. As Scott Post talks things over, and you see the Bears trying to look for answers, particularly on the offensive end. Got to give their defense credit there, holding serve for the most part, despite being on the wrong end of a 24-5 run, but it could be worse considering how long it's elapsed. They went over 8 minutes, nearly 9, without any points. So you got to figure, if you're Scott Post, well, that's not going to happen too often to you in a basketball game. We get that ball movement and player movement again. And we're right back in this thing. Still a ton of time, just 1:51 to go in the first half. We want to take a time to let you know Central Christian College of the Bible is now offering the Master of Arts in Ministry Leadership at its Missouri and Kentucky campuses. Very affordable and distinctive program combines online, career coaching, and an on-campus course to enhance your personal leadership skills, leading congregations toward health. Now's the time to advance your ministry. Find out more, cccb.edu. Jackson tried to advance the cause for the Bears. Instead, shots too strong. SaberCats on the run. Carr poked it away. Jackson behind everybody. Lays it up and in. So Darian Carr made noise with her sharp shooting early. Here she makes it with her defense and gets a much-needed easy deuce. Johnson the long 3. Comes up short. Here comes Carr again. Swing Scales. Leaves Jackson. Drive inside. Nothing doing there. Working around. Inside they go. Double comes. Castro didn't care. Jump hook misfired short. That's good recognition down low as they find the baseline cutter. And nice job defensively getting back by the Bears. Simpson, though, maybe a little too unselfish as she was right in front of the rim. But Morrison's had the hot hand. 18 first half points. And the lead 11. As we wind down the first half, they can hold for one if they choose to. Scales right at Simpson. Trying to draw contact, couldn't. Now there's time for the SaberCats to work. Johnson, drive, kick, Simpson. Plenty of time. Clock down at 5. Looking for Morrison. That's a good place to look. Oh, mercy! Finishes the half in style with 21 points. And the 3 to top it off at the horn And it's the SaberCats with their largest lead of the half, 36-22, as it was the Callie Morrison show, particularly in the second quarter. She'll send us to break and send the SaberCats to a 14-point halftime lead. So we're getting set for the second half, and what the first half was the Callie Morrison show as she tallied 21 points, leading Maranatha Baptist on a run that was 29-7 from the end of the first quarter through the second quarter, as they outscored the Bears 20-7 in the second. Here's your stats brought to you by Score International. The NCCAA Network is powered by Score International, which specializes in short-term mission trips. Pair your passion with the opportunity to share the gospel, both internationally and domestically, by joining Score on a short-term mission trip. Visit scoreintl.org/NCCAA to learn more. Big number here, not just the shooting percentage, but the offensive rebounds and second chance points have really told a story. Maranatha struggled early in the first quarter shooting the basketball. That's where they hung around. And it's allowed a 36%, nearly 37% from the floor, feel a lot higher than that. As you see the 5 offensive rebounds for the Bears, but they've only gotten 3 points off of it. So the Bears, who came out shooting it well from beyond the arc yesterday, nearly 37% in a win, because they were 11 of 30 from downtown. They've cooled off today after a fairly quick start. They were 3 of 6. They had a 15-7 lead. Things have gone awry on the offensive end since. And Callie Morrison has taken over. She came in averaging 22 a game in the tournament. And a foul here will be whistled on Williams trying to get around a screen.
Oh, call it number 12, Williams. Her second.
So it'll be her first, or her second, beg your pardon, team's first. And they'll inbound. And first game, it just seemed like at times Morrison tried to get others involved. The last two, she's been the center of attention. And rightfully so. Simpson, she's been fairly quiet today. The Bears have done a nice job defensively on her, but Johnson misfired the chippy right inside. This is the end where the Bears need to see some life. And it's Jackson at the helm. She was held in check, just 3 points on 1 of 6 in the first half. She goes to work, and she appears like she got whacked in the head. No call. And Morrison races the other way. A nice feed there. Shot off the heel of the iron. Hansel, the follow. And the body language on the sideline starting to tell the story for the Bears, as it's now a 16-point deficit. Jackson again. Steamrolls inside. This time does draw the contact. And actually, Simpson, not a fan.
Now call it number 32, Simpson.
You know, I noticed this yesterday, and you can notice throughout any of these type tournaments with crowd, whenever the referee blows his whistle and calls a foul, half are going to be unhappy. In a neutral site game like this, where the fans are split about 50-50, as Jackson splits the free throws there. And now the Bears showing some full court pressure. They haven't done that really in this tournament yet, but they do it here. And Simpson nearly traveled with it instead. It's Morrison back to Simpson for 3. Simpson with her first points of the game, and it stretches the lead out to 18. Spin, kick inside, that was deflected. Caitlin Morrison thought about taking it herself. Jackson took it right back, looks ahead. Underneath is Williams, who's rejected by Callie Morrison. Now Morrison the steal. 3-on-1 for the SaberCats. Shares the sugar, back to her. How pretty was that? Pretty basketball on display from Clayton Morrison's club. And Callie Morrison had started with a defense on the break. Mannering, the three. The Bears desperately needed that. She's 2 of 2 from downtown. It's her first three in a while. Since the first quarter, to be exact. Nice play inside, the blow by, and then forced the help defense to come. Dumped it off, and Scott Post doesn't like what he's seeing. Especially on the defensive end. As a breakdown defensively that time results in an easy deuce and a 19-point lead in favor of the SaberCats. As you see Coach Post there going over things with his troops. The offense has looked a little better here in half number 2, but now it's the defensive end that has gone a little bit awry. Meanwhile, the SaberCats been led by Callie Morrison, not just scoring. She's done it defensively, stopped that fast break right in its tracks, and then turned it around the other way for a quick outlet. And ended up scoring on the break to the other end. You hear the term often used of a gamer. Callie Morrison has proved time and time again she is exactly that. Even in the game where things didn't go well for her offensively, against Grace Christian to open things up, she impacted the game other ways. Facilitated for her teammates, solid defense. She understands more than one way to impact the game. So does Mannering. 8 points on 3 of 4 shooting. Perhaps the calls for her to be more assertive. Allows them to set up the pressure, which the SaberCats handle. Wanted Simpson to roll, she didn't. Now she's going to take it herself. Tough shot inside, didn't get the roll. Hansel the follow and a foul. It'll be on Jackson. And the offensive glass continuing to plague the Bears. 14th offensive rebound, again leading to more points. As she makes both 12 second chance points for the SaberCats. Now it's the Bears needing offense. Jackson trying to make amends, and does. Around the screen, she knocks down the triple. Now full court pressure applied. And the SaberCats did a nice job taking care of the ball there and a day ago in their win against Grace Christian. They only had 8 turnovers. That was a season low. Turned it over 6 times so far in this game. All by herself, looking for 3 to answer. Way off the mark was Schultz. And this time the Bears were able to corral the rebound. Carr, she'll tee up the 3. That one's good. Darian Carr, a little string music from downtown, and it's back within 13. Now on the break, intercepted, but Robertson unable to keep possession as her momentum took her out of bounds. Just seeing after the 3 from Carr and Jackson, a little bit of energy and life starting to creep back in for the Bears. The pressure defense as well. Looked for the handoff, and it was disrupted. Morrison has to go out all the way to the timeline to get it. Now she comes full steam ahead. Misfired on the lay-in. Castro the rebound. The senior leads the Bears forward. Feed inside. Robertson muscles her way up and is fouled. And don't count out this bunch. They have scrapped and clawed and A season where not many thought they would be here. Young team, a team that hadn't been here previously, first-year head coach. But Scott Post and this group of women had other ideas. Free throw short. Well, the pressure again handled by the SaberCats. They wanted a chance at the break, and Coach Morrison saw they had the 2-on-1 and they relaxed and didn't attack it. Instead, they go inside here. No. And a double dribble as Hansel had both hands on the basketball. And Coach Morrison just a shake of the head. There was opportunity to be had on that possession for certain. But unable to capitalize, and now a chance for Barclay College to get a little closer. Mannering leaves for Jackson. Tees up another three. Down the hatch it goes. The lead down to 10. As many threes as they shoot, no lead can feel completely safe. It certainly doesn't now. Simpson weaves through traffic, hands Morrison. When they need it to stop a run, they turn to three and White, and she delivers again. Now with a game high 25. Mannering, nice move inside. In traffic, draws the foul. I believe it'll be on Simpson, and not Simpson, it was on Schultz.
Foul called on number 21, Schultz, her first.
And Simpson thought the foul was on her. She went and said, "What did I do?" When the official said it wasn't you. No, quickly the narrative changed. She said, "Yeah, okay." I guess Schultz may have fouled her. Mannering splits 1 of 2 at the line. Lead back to 11. Steaming down the sideline. Nice job by Morrison. And now Callie Morrison at the controls. Feed inside. Simpson works on Castro. Castro, good defense in there, altered the shot. Now Simpson from the mid-range, another second chance bucket. The 16th offensive rebound leads to a big deuce for the SaberCats. Jackson backs her way in. Looked for the call, didn't get it, flipped it up too strong. Now a chance to extend it a little further again, as they've cut it down to 13. Lead was as big as 19 here in the quarter. Shot clock down to 10. Morrison comes to get it. Wild circus shot. Too strong. Castro the rebound. Mannering, she'll try again from downtown. Not this time. Robertson the save right to Carr, but they said she was out of bounds. And now he's having a joke with the official saying, "You sure you had the right spot on the floor?" Pretty clear to find navy blue stripe down there. Nearly a turnover, but Simpson right spot, right time. 2 minutes to go in the third. Simpson thought about the jab step drive. Instead, it's a blow by from Caitlin Morrison. And stretches it a little further. Robertson, nice feed into Scales, but access was denied from Hansel. And she came in and swatted it away. And take another look. The help defense in the nick of time. And Morrison with the block. Carr the step back three here. And a foul will go against the Bears. Just a third team foul. Their second, beg your pardon. So still room to go there. Just did get it in before the 5-second count. Morrison to Morrison. Oh, a nice feed, but it was a little bit behind Rogers. And she couldn't handle it. It was a no-look. Nice idea on the bounce pass. We mentioned it's not just scoring for Morrison. 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, and a pair of steals to go along with 25 points. Granted, she slowed down this quarter. Only has 4. Compared to an explosive second quarter where she had 13 in the quarter alone. She has the ball now before giving way. Lob, well, the look from Clayton Morrison said it all. Pass was to no one in particular. And the turnover is the 9th for the SaberCats. One more than they had a day ago. And the Bears trying to get a little closer before the quarter break. Feed to Jackson. Back to Carr. Carr weaves. It's stripped away. Rogers, who turned it over on that end, got it back. Flip. Now nearly turned it over again. And Jackson nearly beat him to the punch. Instead, it's knocked out of bounds. They wanted a foul on Williams, who deflected it. Instead, shot clock is off with 19 seconds remaining. Here in quarter number 3, and see if they hold for one. Morrison hit the buzzer beater at the end of the second quarter. She's got it now. With 2, with 1, she floats it again. Not this time. And the third quarter comes to an end. The Bears made a charge, but Maranatha Baptist had an answer. And they've held them at bay to this point. They lead it by 15 going to the final quarter in our 5th place game on the NCCAA network. Ready for the start of the 4th quarter as AAC Scott Post trying to get his team to get on the comeback trail here. They made a couple runs here in that third as they certainly made inroads on the scoreboard. As after just 7 points in the second quarter, they had 16 there in the third to make a run. But Maranatha Baptist has stretched it back out a little bit. Some key shots and big moments. They had it down to 10, did the Bears. You get a sense the start of this quarter will be critical. Nice feed inside. Oh, what a dime delivered by Emery Williams. And Castro finished it off. Williams went for the steal there. Morrison got to it first. Hansel pass on the open jumper. Now it's back to 5-on-5 as Williams got back. There's that cut across the ball screen. They've used it so well. In the last couple games, they set a screen right at the elbow about where you see Carr standing, one in red. And a player from that wing comes slashing toward the lane around that screen. And that play has worked to near perfection the last 2 ball games for the SaberCats as the first free throw pops in and out. It's the 3rd foul on Emery Williams. And she'll get one more. 1 of 2 from the line. As Hansel splits a pair, she's got 12. Lob inside, Castro, power dribble, goes up strong, got the bounce this time. A nice feed inside for Zaira Castro. who had a good performance yesterday, starting to pick things up a little bit here. She has 6 points. She got to the free throw line 10 times a day ago, though. Has not yet today. Simpson. Morrison had to shake loose. Now Simpson. The three. No, they say it's a 2. Her foot was on the line. Still a good shot nonetheless. The lead is 12, not 13. Every point could matter down the stretch. You never know. Good job by the officials to spot that one. Carr flies around a screen. Thought about the step back in. Her shorts was Caitlin Morrison defensively. Castro couldn't handle inside as she and Simpson bumped down low. The ball pops loose. Now a chance to add to the 14-point lead. Morrison nearly got the 5-second count. She's been defended well, but this time Simpson streaks by Castro. You get caught peeking at the ball and not your man for one split second. And the SaberCats will make it pay. They did there. Drive up underneath. Shot won't fall. Long run for the rebound into the corner. Escaping with it are the SaberCats. And Morrison at the helm will slow it down from there. Simpson didn't have any points in that first half. She's got 9 now. As the defense is focused more toward Callie Morrison. Pass was too high for her, and she tried to tip it right out to a teammate in Caitlin Morrison. Instead, the turnover. You get the sense that the SaberCats are going to make a run. The spurt has to start now. With just 7:08 remaining, we'll remind you, if you're looking for another good read, well, we got one for you. Sports Spectrum tells the stories of sports intersecting faith with Jesus Christ, and now is a great time to become a subscriber for Sports Spectrum magazine. Why? Well, it's just $18 for an entire year subscription. You can order yours today at sportspectrum.com. Necessary triple that time goes down for the Bears. Now weaving inside. There was that cross screen again. Oh, backdoor cut, a thing of beauty. Morrison got there, but the recovery defense pretty good. But it's going to be a foul, and it's going to be on Williams, I believe. That's her 4th.
Foul call on Williams.
That's team 2nd. Give the SaberCat defense a lot of credit. As they have been stifling and held a pretty good shooting team at bay. And a turnaround from what they've done this tournament is they have allowed the highest percentage shooting, as Maranatha Baptist came in allowing teams to shoot 46% from the field, 42% from long range. You look at the numbers today, quite the opposite. As the Bears are just 31%, they've elevated that here in the second half. They are 52% from beyond, 9 of 17. But Maranatha Baptist at 40% from the field. Combine that with 16 offensive rebounds, and that tells the story with 14 second chance points. And you can see Coach Clayton Morrison there, all smiles, and rightfully so. His team in a good position here to secure 5th place in these NCCAA National Tournament. 3rd place game and the title game on the docket to follow. What still matters to attend till here. Lead still just 13. Carr inside and a foul. As Castro will go to the line, Simpson will pick up the personal. And that'll be her third.
32 to Simpson, her third.
And they'll send the senior, the lone senior, and Castro, or Scales, beg your pardon, to the line. You know, in some ways, she's probably got to feel like the mama of the group, so to speak. The lone senior on the squad. Anderson, the only other upperclassman. But you can tell that these young players respect her, and it's mutual the other way. The trap's unsuccessful and leads to a break. Hansel finishes it off. They attack the press that time and lead back to 13. Jackson. Williams draws the foul, driving baseline. And if you're the SaberCats, that's the last thing you want to do is foul.
Foul, calling number 21, Schultz.
As Schultz picks it up, that's her second. Largely because it gives the Bears a chance to score points with the clock stopped. With 5:50 to go, it's still a lot of time, but he's unable to capitalize there. One more still to come. Williams, who had a double-double against Pensacola Christian, 15 points, 10 rebounds, has 7 here this afternoon. Morrison nearly turned it over. Now they got numbers. 3-on-2 break, scrambling to get back defensively are the Bears. Simpson tries to spin it off the iron, unable to do so. Now Morrison right down Main Street, can't finish. She's cooled off since that white-hot first half. Here comes Williams the other way. Williams for the Bears into traffic. It counts, and the foul. Emery Williams slashed through, and now attention turns down low as shaken up on the play. But Emery Williams, after the defensive stand, raced out of trouble, and that is Simpson's 4th foul. The bigger concern, though, in their health, it seems like maybe when that blocking foul, she may have hit her head there. We'll take another look at it. It was a great move by Emery Williams on the steal. She came full steam ahead. Simpson was there to try to take the charge, and you see the head snap back right there. So certainly attention drawn there, but the Bears on the comeback trail here. They're far from out of this. The lead just 10. Williams will go to the line for one more. As you see the coaching staff, you see the head coach and Scott Post on your right. Ray Anderson, the assistant, on the left, talking things over as to the game plan going forward. And good to see Simpson being helped to her feet. Boy, what a player she is. A senior out of Manassas, Virginia. 13 points, 10 rebounds, and a double-double in their loss to Grace Christian. She leads the tourney in offensive rebounds. That's been a big number today. She has 7 boards to go with 3 blocks and 9 points for the SaberCats today. And really, from what we've seen the prior 2 days, it's been a relatively quiet performance by her standards. But good to see her walking on her own power with assistance from the athletic training staff. We certainly hope she's all right. As Williams will go to the line for a big free throw. This one to cut it to single digits. It hasn't been there since the second quarter. Early. Now it's 9, and the Bears are smelling a comeback, perhaps. They shook loose on the back end. Layup, no good, and a foul the other way, trying to get the rebound. That'll be the 4th team foul. It's on Sarah Rogers, her 2nd. But now they have none to give the last 5:14. They're in the bonus. Rogers heard it. That's exactly what the pressure's designed to do. Even you get a good look. Fools you into thinking you have less time than you do. Now a chance to draw even closer. Jackson feeds it, work it around the horn. Long 2, good. Williams knocks down the jumper. Now it's a 7-point game. You got to think the ball will find number 3's hands at some point. Instead, it's Johnson, baseline. She finds Morrison, cans it from just inside the line. A big jumper to answer. She's got 25. Jackson, step back on Morrison. Off on the left side just a little bit. Last touch by the SaberCats, and Hansel. It'll stay with the Bears. And substitutions come both sides as Darian Carr checks back in. She does so for Williams. Boy, Williams has certainly given them a spark. And more than a fighter's chance with 4:27 to go. Her club with the basketball, another chance to get inside of 10. Carr right into the ball game, and an offensive foul on the moving screen. Robertson still standing where she went to set that screen. She can't believe it. Good news, though, for the Bears. They can try to set up that pressure. Looking. They go the long route, and a nice connection there as Schultz reeled it in. Now they'll slow it down. Leading by 11, but it's felt smaller than that at times. Big jumper by Morrison, held him at bay, at least for the moment. Drive inside, layup good. Pretty take from Caitlin Schultz that time. And every time it feels like the Bears get right at arm's length, SaberCats have had an answer. Carr, Robertson. Carr wants it back. They couldn't get it to her. Now they do. Deep 3 off the left side. And old adage of don't shoot the bad pass. That one was low. Carr had to scoop it up. She fired a deep triple anyway and misfired. Now wrap around, drive. Morrison again to the 10. Well, I tell you what, she has made her mark as one of the better scorers in this tournament. 29 points. That follows up 34 yesterday, and we still got 3:04 to go. They may need more. Jackson, nice feed, but hot to handle. Scales couldn't reel it in. The read was right. They had it down to 9 with the basketball. Unable to convert, then Morrison hit the jumper. And now a deflection. Jackson got the steal. Back to Scales. She finishes it this time, plus the foul. Jackson got it back for her and dropped a beautiful pass inside. Robertson nodded in approval. Well, Robertson will try to finish 3 the old-fashioned way. And the Bears will use their last timeout here, trailing by 10. And the reason that's significant, remember the women's game in the last minute, you can advance the ball on a timeout. The SaberCats still have all 4. The Bears have used their last, so they would be unable to advance in that last minute if they want to. But the lead is 10. And again, every time it seems like they get right at that 10 to 7 point threshold, that group has found a way to respond, but they haven't been able to put it away, at least not yet. It's no fault of Callie Morrison. She has 29 points on 12 of 27 shooting. She's added 5 assists. She's been responsible for nearly 40 points tonight. That doesn't count the couple she saved on fast breaks with blocks defensively. Hansel's added 14 to the effort to lead the SaberCat offense. Morrison has it here. Works on Robertson. Refuses a screen, now goes straight down the midline. Help defense was there. She backed it out. They'll work some of the clock. 2.5 to go, and a moving screen will turn it over.
Illegal screen called on number 21, Caitlin Schultz.
It's on Schultz. That's her third.
Third foul.
So the moving screen is a turnover. Still with a lot of time on the shot clock, and the Bears a chance to get back inside of 10. Williams all the way to the rack, unimpeded. And it's down to 8. And the Bears continue to put pressure on. Kayla Morrison goes all the way baseline, now looks for help. Turns it over instead. Jackson the steal. Here come the Bears again. Mannering the 3, no. And a little frustration after the fact from Williams. She's got to be careful there. And her coach was first to jump on her. I think that wasn't a delay game. Technical of some sort. Now Morrison. That's where they want the basketball with under 2 to go. Well, really at any time, but especially crunch time. She works on Robertson. She goes one-on-one. Nearly impossible finish. Now Carr finds Mannering streaking to the rim who missed the lay-in. Those are the opportunities when you're trying to come back. You've got to feel like you convert. Unable to do so there, and now under 90 seconds to go. The lead's still 8. You still get the sense, though, don't you, that they'll have to finish it. Talking about the SaberCats at the free throw line. As that nearly a turnover, and now a foul. And they'll get Carr, her second. It's the team's 4th. And now it'll be interesting to see if they try to play this out or whether they go ahead and foul. And they throw it to no one in particular. Closest one to it was the public address announcer at the scores table. So, foul, if it gets you a turnover, worth it there if you're the Bears. And Clayton Morrison shakes his head in disbelief. Carr open for 3. A flamethrower to get them back within 5. Now they struggle to get it in. They just do. And timeout as she nearly stepped on the inline. It hasn't come easy for the SaberCats. That is for certain. That's because the Bears have made a march. As Darian Carr's latest triple gets them within 5 with 50 seconds to go. And this game all of a sudden feels anything but over. It felt like on a couple of stretches that Maranatha Baptist had chances to put it away, and they haven't been able to do it. Not yet. Still time, though, to do that, and ultimately you think it probably becomes a free throw game, but now 26 seconds on the shot clock. You would imagine the Bears could play it out if they want to defensively. After that 3, getting within 5. And a team that only turned it over 8 times yesterday has 13 turnovers in this game, including 2 of their last 3 possessions. An 8-0 run for the Bears. Have them believing in a comeback. Hansel and Morrison have been the ones to lead the SaberCats. 29 points for Morrison. Another sensational effort after her 34 yesterday. She, along with Hansel, have played every minute of the game. Hansel, 14 points, 5 of 9 from the field, 4 of 6 at the line. Morrison, 3 of 5. So both have missed a couple. As a team, SaberCats 9 of 14 at 64% from the line. But first order of business is taking care of the basketball. Hansel will trigger the inbound. Looking, they get it into Morrison. And we'll see how the Bears want to play it. They look like they will play it out defensively. Robertson trying to force a mistake. She forces Morrison to pick the ball up. Now they really ramp up the pressure and a foul. It'll send Caitlin Morrison to the line, a 71% free throw shooter.
Jackson, her second.
The foul's on Jackson. It'll be her third. And now, big free throws for Caitlin Morrison. She's 1 of 1 at the line today. One more to come. Good on both. Make it 3 of 3 at the stripe, and the lead is 7. Williams streaking Mannering from way downtown. No. And out of bounds. Last touch on the shot, and perhaps that's the one that gets the job done. They will call time and advance the basketball. That's what we were alluding to earlier.
Timeout called by Maranatha. 30-second timeout.
And very late makes the inbounds play a little easier. With a 7-point game here, still 3 possessions. Got to think a foul would have to come pretty quickly. And Caitlin Morrison was strong enough with the ball. As you look, Jackson didn't want to foul there. She had her push toward the timeline, which is that extra defender, but got too aggressive, and you saw the Bears really ramp up the heat defensively. You would imagine it's coming again. Maybe an initial trap and then foul to try to create a turnover. If not, it'll be free throws coming, and the SaberCats will have a chance, presumably, to close it out from the line. Minor, a third place game coming up next between Grace College and Pensacola Christian. There was both teams had valiant efforts yesterday, and both, if you ask them, probably felt like they had chances to get in the game they really wanted to be in today, and that was at 1 o'clock in the championship game, as Morrison is fouled. She was sneaking away, left him no choice.
13. Robertson, her third.
It's the third on Kaya Robertson. I think Williams thought it might have been whistled on her. She'd already started to walk to the bench. It's not fortunate for the Bears, because if it had been on Williams, it would have been our 5th. Morrison gets the 30-point plateau for the second consecutive game, and makes both when she really needs them. The lead is 9. Still 3 possessions. Nearly bobbled. Now taken. They need a quick triple. Carr will fire it. And over the backboard it goes off the iron, and that should just about do it. And a timeout called from the SaberCats to advance the basketball. So in a 9-point game, 8.3 to go.
30-second timeout.
SaberCats are going to hold on and get 5th place, but boy, what a season it has been. Really for both these clubs, and give that man's team a lot of credit. And Scott Post, it would have been easy to fold the tent when they were down 19 in that third quarter. But boy, did they make a game of it late. They cut it down to 5 in the last minute. Free throws have helped Maranatha stretch it back out to where they'll probably hang on. But team that said they had unfinished business after dropping that heartbreaker in 2019, and then they got to the semifinals last year before everything was suspended, and now they are seconds away from finishing the tournament with 2 consecutive wins and capturing the 5th place spot. Morrison. And it appears they'll let her dribble it out. That's it. That's all. Callie Morrison with 24 first-half points led the way. She finishes with 31, and her SaberCats come away with a 70-61 victory and claim 5th place in the NCCAA National Championships. That'll lead us to our score of the game, presented by Score International, as we'll take a look at what transpired there. This was right before the half, and it was an exclamation point on 21 first-half points from Callie Morrison, and you see her just sort of walk it off there. She knew it was good the minute it left her hand, and she was really good, leading with 31 points to help secure victory for the SaberCats. The NCCAA network is powered by Score International. Score specializes in short-term mission trips. Pair your passion with the opportunity to share the gospel internationally and domestically by joining Score on a short-term mission trip. Visit scoreintl.org/NCCAA to find out more.